Hi, my friends.
Hi, Christian.
Hi Christian, have you been?
Not bad. The other day, I have been listening to sad music, and I remembered when my great grandmother died, and the consequences that brought this to the life of some relatives. I want to comment my experience, but first, I would like to know your experience with your relatives.
But from my point of view, the death of a family member can really influence someone's personality, and even more. So, if they were strong affective type, for example, my father passed away 3 years ago, and there is not a day when my mother does not think of him. Besides, they were together for almost 25 years, but my mother had changed since his death, and she has been more loving and understanding.
Well, I have been remembering the situation of my grandmother. She was very sad, and she cries a lot by her miss or her mother. She kept quiet for weeks and didn't eat. She has been cleaning the house and putting things in order. An uncle of mine, Alvaro, however, he has been serious and quiet, maybe for the void that produced in him the loss. My mother just have been cleaning a lot, and she was listening Christian music. She resent a lot for my grandmother, and she remembered moments looking the photo album.
I think most people listening to us have been thinking about the common reactions you usually see in these kinds of difficult situations. But I remember that when my grandmother died, the only person who did not show an overwhelming sadness was my aunt. It seemed very strange to me. I was very little and I didn't understand her reaction. And she seemed very calm, she didn't cry or look distressed. It was as if she had her emotions in complete control. But since a few years, I have been thinking that it's not that she was calm, but that her way of being has always been not to show her feelings. My dad has told me that she has always been distant, especially when there were family fights. So I guess she has been struggling all these years to deal with her grief in her own way. I don't know if it is something sad because I have understood over time that people have different ways of reacting to adversity, but I think it is important, since we're all talking about it, to give some advice to people who are listening to us and who are going through a difficult time. Sometimes surrounding ourselves with people who love us can help us to cope much better with difficult times. Sharing our feelings with someone we trust can make the burden a little less heavy. Guys, do you have any advice or something you would like to share from your experience?
And my opinion is very enjoy and whenever we can. That we must learn from all that we turn and we like it or not. They are things of life and we should only be happy with what we can. Life is one and many moments.
The people have upload methods of express the pain or fear and to be in more that is good and necessary. But we should remember that every will to arrive to his end. Just we only have to the memories of these people and follow living because that's they want for us.
Thanks for listening to us. Next week we will have a new podcast. Bye.